So, hello guys. So I got called yesterday in the evening at around 9 p.m. Uh, then I was told that we were going to have a live streaming event tomorrow. I was supposed to pick some equipment from, can I say, the subcontractor? His house actually. So I had to wake up in the morning and then go pick stuff in his house, then come back. No, actually wait for his employee at the house so that we could go together to the job. All right, so I woke up in the morning, got got ready. We were supposed to leave by 7 so that we could get there at around 8. So we left. I know we didn't leave. I left the house at around 6:45, 6:50. Left for the house to go pick the equipment, and then I got there. Uh, Checked that I had packed every equipment that I needed. So basically tripods, cables, uh, audio interface, all those things that is required for just a basic live streaming setup. So after I got ready, I now called the workmate, and she didn't pick my calls, which was it was a bit terrifying for me, all right, because we were supposed to get there by 8 and it was already around 7:20, 7:30 there, and she wasn't picking my calls for like 30 minutes. She wasn't picking my calls. I was really frustrated, but finally she picked my calls, and then she called when she picked the phone, she was like, "Are you already there?" Then I was like, "Ah, come on. Are you even serious?" So apparently she wasn't given the information that she was supposed to go with me. Uh, and apart from that, there were also bits and pieces of information that wasn't given, like if we had a camera, if the internet was sorted out, because we usually use a portable router for internet. I was really frustrated, honestly, coming from not somebody not picking my calls, and the communication was really poor. Anyway, so she picks my call, and then she's like, "Okay, you know what, let's not argue, let's just you come over, and then just take a bike, come over, and then we can and then we can proceed to the place." And then I get a text that you're supposed to pick the tripod shoe. So okay, a tripod is, I think you all know what a tripod is, but it's the stand thingy for cameras. But there's a piece of metal that you attach to the camera, that we call it a tripod shoe. So apparently that thing was left at some office, so we were supposed to go pick it up. So on the Uber, we had to put in a stop there, and then after there, now go to the place. Today's job was at the Moi Air Base. The Defense Forces organization usually has their own lineup of supermarkets and shops. So that entire thing is called the Defense Forces Canteen organization. So to promote that, they're encouraging more and more people to shop there, but in the army defense forces setup. And to do that, they have their own marketing strategy, and mostly it includes having live streaming events and raffle tickets and stuff like that. So we were capturing that entire event and we were live streaming that. Back to when we were living now. So I took a bike, went and picked her, and then we went picked the shoe, and then after that we headed to that place. Our driver, the Uber driver, was really good because he knew those places really well, because there's some places you really need to maneuver because it has traffic rules that are different until some certain. So apparently there's a road that is in East Lee. Yeah, many Somalis there. So that place, there's a road where it becomes one way until around 10 a.m. and then now it goes back to being two way. It serves to help with the flow of traffic. So you have to maneuver into some shops and go the other way, and then come out with, it's a whole. But now the Uber driver knew what he was doing, so we went and we arrived there, and apparently the guys we were supposed to do the live streaming together had already arrived there. They were there by around 7, and they still hadn't been processed, and it was we, the event was supposed to start at 8, but we ended up getting it around 10:30, 11. Because they have to process, getting into an airbase is not, it's not, it is, they have to really take care of the security. of course, because it's a high risk area. So yeah, they processed us, and then we went and we started the setup. And then of course there were a few challenges there. We like the internet wasn't loaded, and then number two was we didn't have the login credentials for the YouTube and the Facebook where we were supposed to stream. But that was sorted out. It wasn't a big issue. Was there any other issue really? No, not really, not really. So the scope of the setup was actually quite simple. I had already mentioned two cameras, and then we also had a TV inside the supermarket where we were supposed to stream live there. So what I just did was I didn't want any because they didn't need it to be live. So because the TV was smart, I just went to YouTube and then searched the video, and then I just played it because it was live. Uh, what other thing? What other thing? Yeah, that was basically the scope of the setup. We had a Holyland video transmitter, which helped us to do wireless video transmitting, and basically that was the setup. And it went well. We finished quite early at around 3 p.m. Then we had lunch, barbecue and ugali. Uh, yeah, that was mostly the setup. I can say today was it started out a bit rough, but we ended quite well. So yeah, so thank you for tuning in. See you on the next video.